We're here at the Colton Town Hall, and I'm speaking with Larry Patzwald, Supervisor of the Town of Colton. Give us a little of your background, Larry. We've been talking just a little bit before this scene has started up, and we're talking about your experiences, the kind of mind you have, and the kind of thinking you do that has made it go very well between Cancer Action New York and the Colton Town Board as far as moving forward using scientific knowledge to do something about the high cancer rates that exist in St. Lawrence County and in the town of Colton.
Well, I've spent 35 years in education. During that time I also served as mayor of a village in western New York. And of course now I'm serving as the supervisor here in the town of Colton. Always worked for the benefit of the community. I think in my roles I've really had the close contact with my constituents, and of course also had the sad opportunity to see many of my friends, colleagues and so forth have to face the threat of cancer.
What was happening in the town of Colton through the course of your life here? You lived around here for a while, all during the time that you've been a member of the Colton Town Board and served as supervisor. What have you encountered with the people? We talk about the connection to the people. What has your connection with the people of Colton been like in as far as the cancer problem is concerned?
Well, of course, the thing is, as supervisor, I spent a lot of time in the local diner, the general store, and so forth. You meet all kinds of different people, and it seems almost on a weekly, at least a monthly basis, you hear somebody come in and say, "Did you hear that Mildred Brown has cancer?" or John Jones? And those things hit very hard here, and it just also our services in this area, although they have improved greatly, are still somewhat limited in dealing with the crisis.
So let's go back to 2010 now. Our group went to the Colton Town Board because Colton had been really good about the open waste burning. We worked at Colton Town Board for years prior to 2010, and we convinced the Colton Town Board to ban open waste burning in the town of Colton, and that was all about dioxin. The dioxin emissions from the open trash burning were the central issue with the open trash burning, the big reason for bringing an end to the trash burning all throughout the North Country and St. Lawrence County and Colton. So we felt that Colton was very knowledgeable about the dioxin problem coming from the trash burning and the cancer connection, dioxin being a carcinogenic substance, well-studied human carcinogen, one of the dioxins, and then other dioxins being suspected as human carcinogens. So we went to Colton in 2010, and well, actually late 2009, but in January of 2010, Colton passed a resolution, the town of Colton passed a resolution basically calling for the scientific knowledge on a group of chemicals called POPs, persistent organic pollutants, calling for that science to be used here in St. Lawrence County by the state and federal government to educate. And then we came to see that it wasn't going to happen from the feds and from the state because of the politics involved with pollution and cancer. And then we've begun to get resolutions that called for county public health department action to educate the members, the residents of St. Lawrence County on this subject of the POPs exposure cancer risk. Tell us about what it was like when we brought that resolution, that first resolution, to the Colton Town Board and requested that a hard look be taken at the science, and we're so happy you guys passed that. It was wonderful to have the Colton Town Board and Lisbon Town Board and Colton Town Board, boom, 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 3 town boards within a very brief period of time do this resolution and get the ball rolling, and it's been going good. But just talk to us, talk to the viewers about what it was like when we first brought this resolution on the POPs. Had you heard of POPs? What was going on, with yourself and the members of the Colton Town Board concerning these persistent organic pollutants, exposure, and efforts to educate the public about avoiding exposure, reducing their cancer risk that's connected with these POPs?
As far as having knowledge of POPs and so forth, the only knowledge I had is basically reading a few articles in local papers about activities that you were pursuing and so forth. As far as the other aspects, the learning aspects and educating, of course, being an educator, that obviously is the way to go, is to get the word out to people. And as I mentioned before, we have direct contact with our people and so forth, and it's a problem not only in Colton, but you mentioned Canton. St. Lawrence County has a problem, okay? And someone has to step up and address it. And if we can take steps to help that happen, this town board is more than glad to be involved.